Hey everybody, and welcome back to Phandalin by Night. I'm so glad to have this is like a hug for all of my cast, for all of my table. I've missed you guys so much. It was good to play with some of you last week, but I'm super glad that we're all back together and on such a good note. Oh my gosh, there's zombies and you know who they were before they were dead or undead actually. So yay. As a warning, our content sometimes can delve into things that may make you uncomfortable. And I would just encourage you to step away, go and take a space. We have taken some extra security measures in the 3 weeks since we've played together last. We have an anonymous red and yellow checker on our map that you guys can't see, but my players can see, and that I can see importantly. We use chat, we use Discord. There's a variety of ways in which we're supporting each other, and I would encourage you to do what you need to do for your mental health as well. And I want to get around and say hello to all of my players. So let's go around. We'll start with Sean.
Hey guys, I'm Sean. I'm gonna be playing 9, Human Paladin, and he's looking forward to finally getting in that undead ball pit.
It's true. It's true. Well, maybe. I mean, he's looking forward to it. That is true. I don't know that anybody else, Jart and Graja, are not looking forward to that. Let's talk to Whimsy. Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I play Whimsy, the Tiefling Warlock, and he's ready to burn some spell slots on dealing with this because he's not happy with people he knows being dead. Or undead.
Undead, for sure. Absolutely. And by the way, because I went back and I watched it because it had been a couple of weeks, you are grappling the wizard and you have broken his nose. You gave him a Glasgow kiss and broke his nose. An old man. We made a very specific point that he was an old man. So just so you know. Nikki.
Hi everybody, Nikki here. I'll be playing Denny, the Tiefling Bard. And I'm excited to get some revenge for these poor townsfolk. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Najra.
Hey everyone, I'm Najra. I play Jart, the Fire Genasi monk, and I'm trying not to burn this guy's tent. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Maybe it needs to happen. Maybe it doesn't. I'm not leading you anywhere. Sarah.
Hello, my name is Sarah, and I'll be playing Graja Ragerock, the half-orc barbarian, she, her for both of us, and I think I'm about to unlock a new level of rage. That's all I'll say.
Sure. Missing tonight is Mike, who is our cleric. He stepped away for this week's game, and we miss him, and we will see him hopefully back next week. All right, so where did I moved my mod chat over top of my notes. Here we go. When last we met, our heroes assembled. The group had made their way from the safety and sanctuary of Viessa's home towards Wyvern Tor and then on to the Old Owl Well watchtower. Upon arriving, the wolves, who are just on the map up there, alerted Whimsy to the smell of bad meat. And the heroes surmised, with 9 confirming, the existence of the undead. They planned and schemed in one of my most favorite moments of our campaign, where I got to walk away and you guys just did a bunch of stuff. Going back and watching that was a delight. They planned and schemed, and Denny created a glyph of warding book bomb. They went into the courtyard and were immediately intercepted by the zombies, although they weren't, here's my note, although they weren't attacked first. Oh, you guys weren't attacked first by the zombies. That's right. They intercepted you. They didn't attack you. That was my note. The old man wizard convinced them to hold off and sent the zombies back into their shelter in exchange for a ceasefire. And in the process, charmed, and then Graja was charmed, and then that was dispelled. As the zombies went back into the crumbling watchtower, Graja and Jart realized that some of these people were citizens of Phandalin. And that's where we ended off. And that's where we're going to try and pick up. So if I check, please, when the update happened, I hope the turn order did not completely disappear. There it is. let's see. We were at the bottom of initiative. Nope, we weren't quite at the bottom of initiative. The wizard has sent them back in, and Graja and Jart have this moment of understanding, of realizing what's going on. And Nine, for his part, upon hearing Graja's grunt of frustration, Nine takes a second look at what he originally saw was the sad reality of like desecrated corpses. He takes a second look and realizes that some of these were the people that he was trying to save when he first met this party. And it's Nine's turn. With Garage on deck.
And the old man is grappled.
The old man is grappled. The half-orc woman had the javelin stuck through her as she started to like walk back away. And you know that the zombies are in that tower space there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Nine's gonna follow him in there.
All right. I will make the space seeable. There is a cluster of zombies in this space. There is the human man who had once been one of the red cloaks that were convinced to leave the basement of Tresendar Manor. Not that you were with them for that. There is a half-orc woman who had been a part of the group. There are some halflings and dwarves and elves and a genasi. There's a variety of different people, some of whom you recognize from that encampment group and some of whom you don't. All zombies, all animated.
I guess Nine's just gonna step up right there.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man.
You can hold an action, but really in this moment, talk to me, Sean. Talk to me a little bit about where Nine's head is. Nine is a cleric of Lathander, or a paladin of Lathander.
Yeah.
The Dawn Father, the good and light deity, who has a very strong feelings, very strong teachings around the order of life and death. And these go against those teachings very, very clearly.
Very, very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nine. Sean doesn't want to, but Nine is going to attack these undead.
Okay. How is Nine going to do that?
No, he's going to break out his. Well, he still has out his flame tongue longsword.
His flame tongue longsword, and at this moment, as he's swinging and he understands the connection that he had to these people, does he say anything to Lathander? Is there a moment of like religious connection to try and have some ceremony around this, or to call on Lathander in this moment?
Basically, he's just got his sword, and he'll kind of grab his clasp one last time before he swings at him, but he's like, just, hey,
it's got to be done.
Take these unfortunate souls with you.
All right.
So that's 15 plus 6.
Oh yeah, that absolutely hits. Their armor class is very low.
And actually, we're just gonna do that one's gonna be just 4 points of damage.
4 points. I used the wrong, I typed the damage into the chat because I was using the wrong keyboard, you guys. That's the problem with having 2 computers and 2 keyboards side by side. Well, there you go. Now we have it for posterity. Yeah, you swing and do this damage, your flame tongue sword leaping into the bits and kind of cauterizing for a moment some of the wounds as this zombie inhales this deep raspy breath, not in pain, it's undead, but just as damage is done to it.
And then he's going to use his second attack and attack him again.
Okay.
Oh, God. That's going to be an 8 to hit.
An 8 hits.
Oh.
Their AC is real low. They don't have any armor. They don't have any that wasn't their purpose. They're very slow.
And that's going to be 8 points of damage.
8 points. Yeah, absolutely. As you swing again, your sword cutting into the midsection of this desecrated body, calling out on Lathander to have some mercy and to manage, to help you manage this travesty. As you swing your sword these 2 times, the zombies turn, the ones that were retreating from you turn around, and you start to hear the moans and the wails as the wizard, wrapped in Whimsy's arms, like stifles out a frustrated yell at the ceasefire talks that lasted exactly 2.5 seconds. Anything else you'd like to do?
You're going to let me do a bonus action for my 2-weapon cap smack?
Absolutely. That's part of your thing. Go for it.
All right. And that's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, an 18 absolutely hits.
And then they're going to be taking 4 bludgeoning.
4. You, with this latest strike, swinging up your shield in that undercut motion that you do so well, it unhinging this creature's jaw as it just kind of like dangles to one side with what remains of the tendon still holding on to it. This raspy just kind of wails out at you.
Yeah,
Raja.
That's my turn.
That's a turn. That's a good turn. That's good damage.
Okay, so I think Graja, still in her rage at this point, even then I think she's torn between going toward the zombies and going toward the wizard. And I think ultimately she ends up like targeting the wizard because he's the one responsible for this.
Okay.
So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. I can move through Whimsy. Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's my movement. So I'm gonna be like right in front of him here.
Okay. And he is grappled, so any
Yep.
attack that you make will have advantage.
And I think Graja looks at Whimsy and says, "Let me kill him." And I think instead of like a giant chop with the great axe, I think she's just gonna try to stab him in the gut with her dagger.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my first time, y'all, rolling actual physical dice.
Hey.
Thank you to Odd Duck Dice and Rosie for my Barbarian Graja dice. Super
So
cool.
good.
So this is my first official roll to hit with my dagger.
We love Odd Duck. That's who made Sean's dice as well.
Ooh, so that's a 25.
25
Ooh.
absolutely
To
hits
hit.
this poor old man. Absolutely.
Oh, Raging Graja, she can't seem to make herself care about that. So now I'm rolling 1d4 plus 5.
Whimsy, Whimsy, as you see, Denny, you're on deck. Whimsy, as you see Graja shiv this dude under your arm that's holding him, do you say anything to her?
Yes, because he was trying to do non-lethal. Like, he's all for headbutting the guy, but he was trying to do non-lethal damage. He sort of tries to pull the guy out of the way, and he's like, "We need answers," as he sort of half puts himself in between them. But
Okay. That's 6
prevent
damage.
future shipping.
Okay, 6 damage. Whimsy, for your reaction, you kind of spin him a little bit. Give me a dexterity check just to see how fast you can react. You get a saving throw if it gives you more of a bonus, because you get a little bit of warning. Graja very clearly tells you her intentions.
That's fine. That's a 4 or a 6 with
A 6. You try your best to try and make some space, but Graja is big and strong and built for this, and raging and unreasonable in this very understandable moment. And
a
you
little
just
gun shy because she's turned that on him by accident before.
yeah. So he takes the full 6 points of damage. And Vancouver by Night's about to get banned from his own chat because that pun was irredeemable. Party foul. He says, to be fair, Graja is trying to get him to spill his guts. So I just needed that for posterity because chat doesn't show up on the YouTube video.
Graja switches to the vampire system and takes 2 aggravated willpower damage.
That would be such a fun game to like switch back and forth between different mechanics. I love it. Graja, anything else you'd like to do with your turn? Bonus action. Do you get 2 attacks per turn now?
I do, but I'm almost like,
you're raging. If you want to avoid doing this, you kind of are going to have to make a wisdom saving throw, because one of the mechanics of raging is that it really just gives you this feral, like the hunger mechanic. You don't have a lot of control sometimes.
Okay, I'm going to try the wisdom saving throw to not do my second attack. So
go for it.
This is just a d20, okay.
As you see Whimsy start to try and turn this guy and pull himself between the two of you, you have this moment as you're going in for like a second quick attack.
All right, how does a 13 sound?
A 13 is not awful. You are going to make the attack roll, but you're going to do it at disadvantage because you realize in this split second, I don't want to hit Whimsy. That never turns out well for me.
Okay, so I will roll disadvantage to hit.
Disadvantage to hit.
Got
right.
it. Okay.
So you're going to roll twice, take the lower number to hit.
7.
7 does not. Oh, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure 7 does not. Very close to hitting. 7 is what you needed to roll, actually, because an 8 would hit.
Wait a second. No, I forgot my plus to hit since I'm doing manual math now. So that's a 15. Whoops.
A 15 to hit, absolutely. Yeah, you take this second and you're like, you hesitate as you see Whimsy like turn and say like, no, we need him to talk. But this ferocity, in part driven by the fact that the half-orc woman that you can from your sight line see 9 attacking towards that direction is somebody who you had made a personal connection with her and her brothers. And this rage just kind of reignites in you again.
Yes, and unfortunately, on the damage side of things, I rolled the max, so that's 10.
He immediately starts coughing up blood and like froth from his mouth. His breathing is raspy. You see his Sean's liking this. You see his face, his lips start to turn blue. He is breathing for the moment. He is still alive, but it's not looking good. He's an old man. Anything else you'd like to do?
That is my turn.
All right, Denny, you are up from far away.
Far away. Okay. I was hanging back here because I still have that glyph of warding, but I think seeing everything that's going on, Denny's going to abandon the book. He's going to toss it as far away from himself as he can and then run into this room.
Okay.
Excuse me. Okay, sorry, I gotta move the cat off my computer. Thank you.
Or Abigail.
It's a hard knock life, truly. She's not getting any Gucci food recently, and she's very upset about it.
We love our stream cats. We need to get Abigail like a droop hat.
Get her a little baby Yoda
Like
ears.
droop ears. Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Droop.
Yes.
She's a very droopy cat in real life.
Ew.
Okay, so I'm gonna run over here and scream at the top of my lungs. Everybody stop, 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 stop. If we need him to talk, I've Code of Truth. We can get him to talk. We just need to make sure he doesn't die first. Please stop.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
And as Sean and Chat both pointed out, I did miss a +2 for the rage.
All right. +2 still doesn't kill him.
Okay, thank
Good.
God.
But
I was very concerned.
he does only have one hit
John.
point left.
Oh my God, yo!
John,
Why is this happening to me?
John,
It's gonna be an
I'm looking
18
at
for
you.
persuasion.
An 18 for persuasion. 9, roll me a wisdom saving throw. Graja, wisdom saving throw. I don't think Whimsy and Jart are trying to kill this dude right now. So those are the two that
I'll make
We
wisdoms
really-
with advantage.
against spells
It says
or all wisdom.
It says all wisdom. I have advantage on wisdom.
Go for it. Absolutely. As you hear Denny's words in combination with Whimsy trying to move himself between you two, something does shake loose.
Dang, that was
And
kind of-
your rage clears. So you're not raging right now.
Okay, great.
You're going to drop your rage.
Great.
And Sean?
I rolled bad. I got a 13.
A 13. You have all these zombies looking at you. You hear Denny calling from behind you, and there is this moment of, wait a second, I'm not doing this alone anymore. These are my people now. I need to put some trust in them. And the symbol of Lathander almost grows warm under your hand for just a minute. And that's going to temper your next action. Nobody's controlling your next action, but I want you to keep that in mind for your next action. Whimsy, you're going to be on deck. Denny, what else are you doing?
I think I'm going to. Can't really get as close as I'd like. Hold on one sec. Do I still have? Oh.
as this purple tiefling had set down a book just outside the courtyard and come running in. Like, I picture like heels skidding to a stop. I mean, like, just everybody calm down. Just
Basically.
take a breath. Okay.
Okay, so I can't get close enough to heal him, but I do have a potion of healing in my bag. So I'm gonna throw that at Whimsy.
Whimsy, who has Whimsy, who has his arms wrapped around this dude right now.
Oh, is it still wrapped around?
Yeah.
You throw a potion at me,
you
it
could
just
just-
bounces off my shoulder.
I was gonna say, you could just throw it at his face and hope it heals more than the damage it causes.
I mean, if
Like a
Grudge is-
topical ointment.
If Grudge is
You
not
can't
raging,
stop
could I catch it?
I'll allow that. As Graja turns to look at Denny and like takes that moment of breath, you see the rage kind of abate from Graja's eyes for a moment. And as you go to like quick quarterback style, trying to figure out who you can make this play to, Whimsy's arms are wrapped around the wizard, but Graja, standing taller than Whimsy, looks over to you, her eyes clear, level-headed for the moment.
Right, quick underhanded pitch towards Graja then.
Great. I'm not going to make you guys roll for it.
Oh,
You're
thank
not super far.
God.
I'm
I'm so happy.
I'm not here to play football D&D. That's if that's
Fantasy-
who you're looking
fantasy
for as a
football, for real.
yeah, if that's who you're looking for as a DM, there are definitely games you can go
There's
find
already that
do that.
Warhammer football thing, right?
Yeah.
They have some
Fine.
kind of game. Yeah.
And Dimension 20, Brendan Lee Mulligan has a great piece for it, but no, that's not, we're not rolling for that. You throw it, you capture it. And Denny, is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think so.
All right. Whimsy, you're up. Jart, you're on deck.
Whimsy releases the guy's arms, figuring he's a breath away from death as it is. He's not going far if he does try and run. Sort of holds him at arm's length, checks out his wound, and he's like, "You're gonna have to tell us all about this because we knew those people, or at least some of them. What happened? Where did you get them? Why are they zombies? Talk fast."
Okay. Make your choice, persuasion or intimidation at advantage, because dude is dying. He definitely believes you're serious.
We're gonna go persuasion because I'm the nice cop right now.
Sure.
That was very nearly a 1, but that is a 10.
A 10. All right. He's like, yes, of course. I'll tell you what you need. It's please don't let me die like this. And like spittle of like blood and froth is running down his chin.
Is death scary? Death is a scary thing?
Ooh, it's a good thing there is no emotional damage in this. The shade. All right. Do you want to hold an action for anything?
We'll say he's ready to deliver another headbutt.
Okay. All right. You're holding that. Jart, you're up. Sangane will be on deck with 9 after that.
All right. Seeing that Denny and Whimsy kind of have this side and under control, I'm gonna move all the way to 9. I'm gonna like put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "Hey, I know that you're mad at all of this, but if we want to save if we want to save the people from whoever killed these guys, We need to talk to the guy. And I am going to hold a punch in case 9 tries to hit another zombie.
You're gonna punch 9?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna try to stun him. So it's,
A stunning strike in case you need it.
yeah.
All right, you're holding it. The zombies, it is their turn. And being that they were told to go back, well, you guys don't know specifically what they were told. They headed back. They have turned around and are going to try and swarm. Chart, it's very fortunate you moved there and plugged up that other hole, because 9 would have been surrounded. They are going to make some attacks here. So only 3 of them can attack. They're going to attack 9. These are slam attacks. So a 22, a 19, and a 12 to hit.
2 of them hit.
2 of them hit. 2d6. 9 points of bludgeoning damage as their arms just wail against you, especially as you're kind of looking at Jart. Jart has your attention for the moment as they do that, but they're blocked, so more can't get to you. Sangane is, I did not have his character up. What do we think, guys? Is Sangane's our cleric? Do we think Sangane would heal the wizard just a little bit to add a level of safety here?
I think so.
Do we think that's reasonable?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. He is going to do a healing word. It's not going to be much. It's just going to be a little bit. A healing word of 3 points to the wizard. Just enough. And he's just going to stay quiet for the moment and watch things unfurl. If Mike were here, I would tell him that there is a growing, growling hunger and a sense of, if the wizard is killed, then maybe he has minions. Minions are a good idea. Minions help things, and Sangane would be dealing with that. Ferdinand and the wolves, do they do anything, Whimsy?
The wolves were told to stay outside and guard the
Watch
perimeter so
Droop.
they don't get surrounded. So I think they're still just hanging out there, protecting Droop and taking turns scouting.
Absolutely. I thought I'd just check in about it because it's been a couple of turns. They are protecting Droop, who stays well hidden. He's very well trained at this point in traveling with you guys. And he's a little bit of a coward. Life has not helped him to really feel confident in his fighting skills yet. The wizard himself is at an arm's length, so he can't really do anything. He is as you're holding on to him, Winsy, there is a second where your fingers start to tingle and then collapse in on themselves as his form disappears from beside you and reappears here.
Trixie.
As he turns back to look at you all and says, I don't know why you continue to be so aggressive. I said I would work with you. This is a failed experiment. Do you have any idea how long it took me to research and get approved for these grants? I am writing to the Science Council. And yeah, he's not super happy about that. We're going back to 9. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. 9, and then Graja, you're on deck.
All right. 9 is gonna just standing right there. 9's gonna take his sword and hold it like facing down. He's gonna slam it into his symbol. He's gonna take his shield and put it right over it and put his head down. And he's gonna do channel divinity, and he's gonna do turn the unholy.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Go for it. What do they have to roll?
This is gonna be wisdom saving throw on all of them, everybody within 30 feet, all undead, fiends, and stuff within 30 feet.
I don't
And
know
what do they
this
have
does.
to-
I'm excited to see what's gonna happen.
And what do they as Jart, as you're watching, Sangane pulls his weapon and his shield into himself, and as his head goes down, kind of blocking the shield, a bright golden light immediately shoots out, like the doctor regenerating, like just immediately shoots out and spreads like ripples throughout the vicinity. How many feet is that within?
It's within 30 feet. And if on a fail, they basically they turn for 1 minute, and they can the only thing they can do is take the dash action to move away from
To move away from you. And what do they have to roll? What are we trying to beat here?
I'm trying
It
to
should say
Your
on
spell
your
DC.
spell DC.
Okay, let me look under spells. So 14.
A 14. Okay, so one of that group saved. I'm going to start marking which ones failed, because otherwise we are going to be a hot mess. As this golden bright light shines out amongst them and starts to ripple, can somebody else roll me a d20, please?
Yeah, I can.
Excellent.
And they don't get any if they fail, they don't get any reactions or.
Okay, and you see more than half of them immediately start to turn and that unholy wailing and sound of death as they immediately step back and start to turn and run away from you as Lathander hears this and spreads his protection around you. Sorry, Graja, what did you roll?
11.
An 11. And that was a what kind of save? What was I making? A wisdom save?
I don't know. You just told me to roll a d20.
Sorry, Sean, that was a wisdom save that the zombies were making?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a wisdom save.
Graja, as you're looking at all of this, because the wizard has left, you're in your sightline is Sangane, and as this yellow burst of radiant light spreads out, you see Sangane's form shimmer, and almost like pieces of his skin melt a bit. And what is under the skin is these deep blue scales.
But this is purely the melting is not, can I tell that that's not really happening? Like it's
No, it happened. About half of the half of him that was facing 9 is like melted away, and there's scales on that revealed on that side of his body.
Okay, great, because I thought that was purely like hologram style.
No.
The real
no.
face melter. Fair enough.
Real for him. Whimsy is right beside him. This effect didn't happen on Whimsy. It only Jart's right beside 9. Didn't happen to Jart.
I think Graj is just looking at that perplexed and probably files it away for later.
More to happen here. 9. So you turn undead as or turn unholy as your channel divinity here. What else goes on for you?
After doing that, just trying to get them away from me. Guess I'm trying to temper myself and just hold right here.
Your head peeks out from behind your shield, your golden mask still covering your face. Only your eyes visible as you look at Jart from behind your shield, which protects you from the zombies, but your eyes are trained on Jart as they look at you, and you guys have this moment of, all right, we're in this together. I don't know what this is going to mean. Okay. Graja, and then Denny's on deck.
So Graja is really, I think, is quite disturbed at seeing Sangane's visage melt slightly. But again, I think she's just like, I don't have time for this. There's much more pressing matters. So, she just like walks casually over to the wizard.
Okay.
And she's just like, I don't care about your science. These were real people. It's not about money and whatever. We need to know exactly what you are doing. You need to tell us right now or I will kill you.
He says, I understand they were real people. They were not alive when I gathered them for my research. I am sorry that they are dead, but I was not the cause of it. They continue a good legacy by helping me with this investigation.
What are you investigating?
I'm trying to figure out the source of the arcane that exists within this space. You can see it's a ruins. It's not a ruins from the outside. Something happened here, and I need to know what. They will help with that.
It's not an honorable way. It's not right. It's not natural.
They're not in pain. I've done nothing. They live a good and peaceful life. I'm not marching them out to war. They don't do anything that puts them in further harm or disgrace. They are here to help me identify the creature or person or fae or fiend who created this site. That is what I am looking for. If you want to help me so that I can put them to rest or whatever you would want, I need to know the name of the creature who created this site so that I can go and do more research. There is only one creature in the surrounding area who knows this information, and she will not talk to me.
Who is that? What's her name?
He pinches the stem of his nose. There's still blood flowing from when Whimsy headbutted him. He pinches the stem of his nose and he says, Agatha, we dated for a bit about 200 years ago. She's very upset about the whole thing. It's long history. She needs to get over it, but she's not going to tell me what I need to know.
And okay, so say that your investigation is successful, and then what happens when you find the source?
Then I can go and do more research on it.
To what end?
To know what the arcane is. Is it part of this feature? Is there something here that it makes the world, that makes the land specifically arcane? Or was there something embedded here? There is some deeper magical purpose. Maybe it's a place of the gods' design, or maybe it was the temple of a holy champion. I don't know, and I want to know. People should know things. The world is better when people know things. I am trying to figure things out. So I am looking for the name of the creature responsible for this. They are helping me because Agatha won't talk to me. So I'm hoping that by their non-connection to actual life, that their ability to surpass the mortal plane will allow me to uncover more information. I mean, I hate to sully this with, the playthings of the unlearned witches that wander the forests and pretend to care about the arcane, but it's kind of like a seance. Does that matter to you? That's what they can help me to call forth the spirit that created this. That's what I'm trying to do. I just need a name.
And Graja looks back at Whimsy and is like, I don't see how this has anything to do with us. None of this makes any sense. And does it even have anything to do with what we're doing? Like, what is the point?
Jard's gonna lift her arm from Nine's shoulder and it's gonna start walking towards the wizard. It's gonna say, if you're so smart, why did you date a banshee?
She wasn't a banshee when we dated. That's a more recent thing for her. I don't really agree that it's the best look, but, it wasn't why we broke up or anything. She just, like some women cut their hair, she went banshee. What do you want from me?
Graja, answering your question, we agreed to talk with the banshee about not harassing travelers on the road.
Yes, she keeps getting in my way. Look, these people were dead when I got them. I cannot help that, the circumstances that found them that way had nothing to do with me. But she keeps trying to warn people from coming near this area as though I'm the one doing this. I'm not. I'm merely taking advantage of the fact that they were dead and going to just be sitting in a pile. I have given them a purpose so that there is not just a pile of orc corpses somewhere.
And
no, dear
Graja
May.
definitely winces at that. Like,
You truly believe what you're saying of being the good guy in the story, but if there's no demand, there's no reason to kill people to sell it to you.
That's not the reason that they're killing them. I'm sure of it.
You are sure of it, and you were so smart and powerful that you didn't stop them. You talked to them and you gave them money. So I'm sorry if I don't believe you are a good person, because you don't seem to be. But we had already agreed to go to talk to a banshee and to fix whatever is going on here. And if the way is to either kill you or go talk to her, I think, and Jard's gonna look at everyone, that going to talk to her, it's gonna be a better option for you.
Great. That sounds good. You go talk to her, and if you can get the name, that would be very helpful. I will release these subjects to you.
Really quickly, Danny's gonna run over here and just get right up in this guy's face. Gonna cast a real quick zone of truth as well, just to cover all my bases here. And get up quite close into his face and say, "Who brought you the bodies?" You say you didn't kill them.
I did not kill
them. You said they were brought to you. Who
Yes.
brought you the bodies?
The orcs. I noticed that they had a surplus pile of bodies, and I offered them some money for them so that it's easier than having them shipped from the medical school in Neverwinter or Waterdeep. They were just down the hill.
So you saw orcs killing people and thought, oh, I'm not going to stop them. I'm going to use them to my own advantage.
What they were doing had nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business proposition.
To do with us, though, and now you have to do with us.
I am sorry that your friends were hurt. I truly am. But they were going to die. They died. They died. That has nothing to do with me. I am sorry about that. I wasn't there when it happened. I did not order it to happen. They died. I needed subjects. I needed instruments to continue to conduct my research. That is what I got.
Jart's gonna turn around and it's gonna kind of like throw a punch towards the tent, and it's gonna cast burning hands on the tent.
And this is the first time. Sorry, guys. This is the first time you actually see him get emotional. And he will try to run around Denny and run into the burning tent. Unless Denny would like to, or Graja would like to take an opportunity attack.
I'm going to trip him. I'm going to trip him right on his face.
Okay.
What are you trying to get out of there? Whimsy asks.
My research journals, they're worth thousands of my hours of my life's work. And he, as he trips and just like eats shit on this courtyard pavement, just like road rash covering his face and chin, with his papery like old man skin rubbing away. He's like, it's pathetic. He starts crawling towards the tent. His knees getting caught up.
Whimsy puts a hand on his head and just calmly walks into the burning tent because fireproof.
Okay. And inside of this tent, you see a small cot. It's not made for comfort. This guy wasn't living like a grand life. This isn't, a super fancy place. But you see a small cot, a threadbare blanket, and the most minimal pillow available. But you see an elaborate kind of writing desk and table with beakers and cylinders and stands of chemicals and herbs and reagents, and you see on the writing desk a series of leather-bound tomes, journals that he had.
Whimsy calmly opens up his pocket square / portable hole, tosses it on the floor, and sort of tips the entire bookcase in.
Okay.
Holds it back up, tucks it in his pocket. He also grabs the pillow and the blanket on his way out.
Oh, as Whimsy walks out holding the pillow and the blanket, the man kind of just looks at you for a minute. He goes, "No, the books, the research. That's what I."
Whimsy pats his pocket and he's like, "We'll keep it safe for you to make sure you don't run off before we get back."
And he looks utterly confused for a minute, and kind of continues to take another crawl and looks in and sees the bookcase tilted in and his stuff gone. And he goes, "So you're going to find the name for me?"
He glances over at
We will
Jareth.
try.
We were going to talk to the Banshee anyway.
What's your name, wizard?
Our hostage to make sure you don't run away while we're talking.
He stands up and kind of dusts himself off, leaving like a smear of like blood from like his hand where it, got skinned. He says, "Yes, my name is Haman Kost, and it is not really a pleasure. Well, I've made your acquaintance, I suppose. So, if you could find me that name, I would appreciate it." And he starts to look back towards his tent. This is going to make the nights not convenient. And he just kind of sits there helplessly as his tent catches fire and burns.
Whimsy holds out the pillow and the blanket, smiling.
And you
He
have your pets,
grabs them.
so I think
They're
Yeah,
not
they'll keep you
they're
warm.
they're not pets. They are tools of science. I am sorry that you had a connection to them, but they're not alive. They're not. That's
No, they're
not who
not.
they are anymore.
Graja,
yeah, I know that, and they should be able to build you something. Like you can't control them, so figure it out.
Graja's just
He just-
watching the tent burn as My Chemical Romance plays in her head.
Thinking about getting the marshmallows out, getting the stick.
Yeah, just like the flames reflecting in her eyes, just kind of like half oblivious to this conversation.
All I
Just
can
like-
hear is Evanescence in the background. Just
A little black parade, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm picturing Johnny Cash, but as long as we
Oh,
all have
yeah.
a playlist
Yeah.
of situations
The
here,
I
like-
wig.
The Hurt cover, the Johnny
yes,
Cash did.
Yeah.
yes,
That's
like,
really that's
look,
spot on there.
I feel like
That's the
that's a
next line right
whole new Steve. I don't know if you're still in chat. That's a whole new Patreon section. We could all just do our own playlist of songs for any
Amazing.
particular situation. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, that one, that exact one. That's getting me right in the feels. And this, as it is kind of early afternoon, and he goes and sets himself up against the stone, sitting down on the ground, his arms wrapped around his pillow and threadbare blanket. And he just kind of sits there, looking sad, looking very frail and old. The zombies, while all of this has been happening, in part because there is still a light that emanates from 9, they are even the ones who weren't turned are keeping their distance. There is a certain amount of acknowledgement that this is not a food source. This is not, for what limited understanding of the world around them that they have, they are choosing not to participate in going after 9 for the moment. So what do you guys do?
I
How-
would like to just walk back over and stand as menacingly as Denny can be, which isn't very, over this wizard and say, we're going to go find this banshee. We're going to go talk to her. We're going to go find this name. In the meantime, if you even think about leaving, we have wolves outside that will rip you to shreds. I don't care if you don't succeed in your mission. If you leave, you die. Just want you to know that. Just friendly chat, just so you're aware. Also, where were the orcs when you bought the people off of them?
At their cave, Wyvern Tor, it's just to the south.
Perfect. Okay, great. Have a spectacular night. I think we're in for some rain, so that should be fun for you. And then Denny's going to saunter away.
Before Danny leaves, I want to ask the guy who's paying for the research and why.
Denny, how long does your zone of truth last?
Is that a good question?
Should
Doesn't
be
say.
like 10 minutes, I think, because I have the same spell.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay. He says, Denny, will you read out the spell for me for a second? Read out.
You create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on the point of your choice within range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw. An affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth.
He says, I have many sponsors of my work. The Science Council of Neverwinter is my most prominent funder.
Is he lying?
He is not lying.
But who did this? By name.
Oh yeah.
Who funded this? Whimsy knows shady answers. Prominent
Yeah, I wanna do an
investors,
insight
my ass.
check.
Who funded this one?
As I said, the Science Council funds my work.
Okay.
I choose which projects to work on, and they are my largest funder.
Okay.
I want to do an insight check to see how nervous he gets about the question.
Okay.
Like,
Does the name Black Spider mean
oh
anything?
no, it's a wad.
No.
Gosh.
Jart, from where you're standing, you're hearing the, not pained, because they're dead, they don't feel pain, but the uncomfortable noises of these zombies as Nine's radiance is keeping them at bay for the moment. And your heart is still connected to the people of Phandalin. And so you're not fully giving this wizard the full attention in order to get this. Sorry, Whimsy, what did you say?
Does the name Black Spider mean anything to you?
He says, there are plenty of black spiders in the fort. I haven't seen them here.
The name, not the noun. Not the creature, the person who signs letters as Black Spider.
Anybody who does any work in this area knows that that is a feature. They are a prominent person to receive permission to be in the territory for.
But do you specifically know him specifically?
No, I've never met him.
But
Has
you've
he
spoken to him.
funded or encouraged your work?
He allows me to do my work here.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Taking that information away.
I think we can camp at a safe distance and get to where we need to go in the morning. I don't want to get to a Banshee's lair at night. It doesn't sound right. I don't know if it's bad,
Yeah.
but it doesn't
I
sound
think we
like a
should
good
get as
idea.
far away from here as I think would be pretty safe, but not close enough to the Banshee that we wouldn't be safe there. But I think we should get out of here in the meantime.
Graja, 9, how do you guys feel about that plan?
You said it's mid-afternoon, is that?
It is mid-afternoon, yeah.
Okay. Graja is like, I wish we could leave sooner, but you're probably right that it's not a good idea to see her at night. And is the wizard is still there, just like looking sad?
Yep. Still being affected by Denny's spell.
Right. And so looking at him but like not approaching him, she just is like cleaning the blood off of her dagger and kind of looks then around. It's like, It's okay. Life will humble him.
Okay. 9.
Yeah, I
Rearranged
think
his face, he rearranged his guts. He's fairly humbled.
Yeah, I think mine's kind of torn right now. He's not really wanting to leave all this here like this. But I think he's gonna listen to his friends right now. And
So
maybe
what would he say to like to show that he has very strong like religious conviction around the state of this situation?
yeah, you just see him looking kind of antsy, like he keeps looking back at the undead and he's just like you can, even though he's got a helmet on, you can tell he's like extremely frustrated. But yeah, I think he would start slowly backing away from that little tower area and probably put in some extra prayers till at the end of the night and be like, hey, that's trying to go for the bigger goal, I guess, right now.
Does anybody have a passive perception of higher than 15?
Nope.
19.
Your passive is 19?
I'm
Love it.
observant.
You are observant. You watched Sangane go well around the tent, like over this way area to come over to be closer to Graja. But he hasn't like emerged. So maybe he's back here somewhere behind the tent, but you don't see him.
I want to do like a wide walk, like without getting closer, to try to check this area here.
As you go there seems to be, this must have been like a walkway or like a barracks, maybe an armory or I'm going to say cargo room, but like a cellar at one point before the ruins are crumbling down around it. And as you turn around that corner, and you can see Graja now as the tent is aflame and on fire. And as you come around that side, no, Sangane is not there. He is not there. Hey, Raiders, thank you, Blue Box RPG, for raiding us.
Hey, everyone.
It's so good to see you. Our heroes have a complex situation with some zombies because they knew them before they were undead. And this wizard, while he didn't kill the zombies, he acquired the bodies after they were dead. He needs them to do a favor, and they are trying to figure out what to do. So thanks for staying with us. Jart, as you come around that corner, Sangane, whose face had been blasted by this holy radiance, this turn undead, this member of your party, his skin had melted away in this turn undead spell, revealing a flurry of blue scales underneath. He is nowhere to be found.
Okay. Guys, Sangane disappeared again. Gonna be very loud so everyone can hear me.
Disappeared. What do you mean? He was just here.
Gone poof or wandered off?
No, I don't know. I saw him get behind here and he's gone. I'm gonna try to, I don't know, do like an investigation, like I try to search for him.
Yeah.
You can do an investigation search or a survival search to kind of like look for footprints. Anybody who would like to, investigation or survival, what you would prefer to do? What is 9 gonna do?
9 would like to run over there, having his suspicions, like right over there where that little opening is,
Yeah.
And he has his suspicions. He's gonna throw up divine sense and see if he can get.
How far out is what's the radius on divine
60
sense?
feet.
you sense the zombies that were behind you in the tower. You don't sense Sangane's unusual desecrated flavor.
Whimsy howls a command to the wolves, asking one of them to search the perimeter for
Okay.
Sangane's smell.
You hear a as they go off and go do their thing.
They'll be
Okay.
My survival check is a 24 with a natural 20.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah,
Mine was 5.
absolutely. A 5. Graja, you're really focused on wiping off all of that wizard blood and just mean mugging this dude. You are giving this dude the evilest eye. If it could cause damage, it would. You
I'm
are
Jack Torrance in The
focused on this
Shining.
mission.
Jack Torrance.
Absolutely. And with the glint of like the flaming tent off the side of your green face, Johnny Cash playing in the background over your shoulder. Jart, you as 9 runs forward and looks through this opening, you step forward and see very clearly footprints leading out that way. And you can take a step through there and see that you see Sangane. I mean, clearly this is you guys are at the top of like a hill that's not forested. It's definitely not dense. There's like a tree here, some shrubs there. You see Sangane fucking booting it down this hill and running to the northwest as fast as he can go.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna start running behind him. I'm gonna yell before I go. He's running somewhere, and I'm gonna start running, and I'm gonna spend a key point to do a step of the wind to run 120 feet behind him.
All right, so splitting the party. I just want to make sure that we're all clear that that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, the great decision of every party.
You know what?
But I have key
I-
points, and I'm a monk, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna be okay.
Absolutely. I have to make a very quick change to the map. Hold on, you guys. As who's still here? Denny, Whimsy, and Graja, you're still here. What are you guys doing?
Denny is very confused and is like looking down the hill like, what the fuck? Should we, are we going now?
I guess we're leaving in a hurry.
Yeah.
Leaving in a hurry. Well, I'm off then.
Yeah, 9 would be
Denny's gonna
slow, but he'd be headed out right behind Jart.
Denny's gonna leave. He's gonna just give the wizard a real swift kick, real quick before he heads out. Not like a hard one, just like a watch yourself kind of kick, and then he's gonna leave.
Whimsy does the opposite. He leaves a healing kit by the guy's feet because he feels bad for breaking his nose. He's like, stay in the tower. It is surrounded by wolves. And he probably heard the wolves howling in response to Whimsy earlier, so he knows that's truth. I'll keep your research safe. We will return. Don't do anything we wouldn't want you to do in the meantime. Gives him a half-assed pat on the shoulder and then turns on his heel and leaves.
Thanks, Wandering Endlessly, for pointing out that that was not the droop token. We had our first fan art, you guys. Wandering Endlessly made us a droop token, which I had put on a different map, but I'm glad that we put it on this one. Yeah, as you run past, he immediately drinks down this potion, which I rolled minimum for, so that's really helpful. And you guys clear out. Graja, what are you doing?
I think at this point, she's really just trying to set aside the emotions that she's feeling, which are all mixed up inside of her like a horrible cocktail. And I think she's like trying to stay close to 9 because I feel like she thinks that in this moment, like her and 9 are the ones that are really feeling the brunt of this like righteous indignation about the befouling of these people that are dead. So I think she just kind of like wants to be in that presence. So she's not really saying much, and she's just gonna kind of follow close with 9.
Okay. And 9, what are you up to? You're muted, sweetie.
Well, yeah, with 9 being right over there in that area and seeing Jart leave, he would have been extremely slow, but he had been heading out with Jart. But yeah, that's kind of where he would be.
Okay.
Just shaking his head at this whole situation he's leaving.
All right. So Denny and Whimsy head towards the east over to grab Droop and some of the other wolves. Jart catches up to Sangane. And Sangane turns to you in this moment. And for the first time looking at him face to face, you can see, you hear like the clank, 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 clank of 9, like running down the hill behind you. And Grudge is a little bit more stealthy, but Grudge is a big half orc. You hear the thundering footsteps as they're drawing close. And what you see is tears like running down Sangane's face as he turns to look at you. And the part of him that is exposed includes these long, sharp teeth. His hand erupts into these tapered claws. And he says, I don't know what is going on. I don't like this. What is wrong with me?
Okay, not what I expected. Jared's gonna put like a hand up on his shoulder and it's gonna say like, we can figure it out. I don't know, but we can figure it out.
He flinches at your touch. And he says, you don't understand. I know there's something wrong. I need to go. I need to go and figure this out. You have to let me go.
I can't force you to stay. I won't force you to stay. But we can figure it out all together. The roads are very dangerous right now. You shouldn't be alone.
He listens to you for a second and then like starts to take a step back with your hand dropping off of his shoulder. And he takes a few more tentative steps back just to see if you are going to stop him. And then he turns and he runs.
I'm gonna let him go.
You see a wolf start to streak past you as Ferdinand is like overtaking him. You have a moment to call out and stop it.
I am going to yell, Ferdinand, go, leave it. And see if he listens to me in any way.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh, gosh. Why?
Birdie, heal.
It's a 10.
It's a 10. You know what? Ferdinand stops for a second and looks back at you, very confused, but like wanting to go ahead, but isn't quite sure what to do, and howls out a little bit. You hear him not sit. He's still very much at alert. His ears are still kind of twitching to figure out what he should do, but he howls out. And Whimsy, you hear like across the plain. What am I supposed to do? Family pack? Do I chase? Not chase. Chase?
Stalk. So, oh,
Okay.
stalk, follow, don't chase.
You see him kind of like slink down and let Sangane get a good distance before he just like casually, like he's trying to be super coy and like fit into the planes that are around him, like casually do like a BG style walk down the rest of the hill to go and follow Sangane. And
he's Pepe Le Pewing after Mike's striped cat.
That's, you know what? Absolutely. That's what's happened. There you go. Wandering Endlessly, our next set of fan art. We need to see that. Graja and Nine, you guys catch up to Jart as this is happening. And Ferdinand starts to casually saunter down the hill a little bit further. But Jart, you guys saw as Jart said something and then Sangane continued to leave.
Graja, like, looks at Jart and she says, I don't understand. Like, he came with us this far and now he wants to leave, but I saw his face when Nine, like, did the big holy light. It, like, melted and there were all these scales. I don't know what that was.
Did Nine see this, or he had no clue?
No, this is the first Nine's hearing about that.
I think it was only Raja that saw it, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Whimsy was right there, but facing the wrong way.
I guess Nine would kind of just look at Graja after she said that. It's like, his face did what?
It's like the face that we usually see, like half of it like melted off, and then there are all these scales underneath, like blue scales. I didn't think it was real at first. I thought it was some kind of magic or something, but no, it was real.
It was real. Since he came to the group, he's been dealing with something. I know we've all felt it, and it seems it got too big.
Do you know where he's going?
No, I have no clue. He only said he had to figure it out by himself.
But how is he gonna figure it out? He doesn't even know where he comes from, really. Remember? He doesn't, like, know what's going on. So how could he have any idea where to go? Like, I feel like he's just running off into danger. Like, I don't know what he thinks is waiting for him out there.
Never mind. Whimsy hasn't caught up yet.
He might, and I told him the roads are dangerous now, but he didn't want to listen, and I don't want to force him to stay if he doesn't want to. He's a grown-up elf or dragonborn, or I don't know, lizard folk. I don't know.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just have to leave. I guess I understand that. And try to figure it out yourself, I mean. But I didn't have all of you when I was leaving. So, I don't know. I guess we just have to hope maybe that he'll come around and come back. And maybe he will figure something out.
He also knows where we're going, so he has a day or two to catch up to us if he chooses.
And he knows we're coming back here, so.
Yeah, and he knows we're going north towards the Banshee and then back, so if he chooses to come back, he should be able to find us easily. If we don't die.
If not, he knows where the hut is. All right.
DM. So, if I recall correctly, back at the very beginning of our campaign, Graja was the one, I think, that, like, physically put Velen's body in the river.
Right.
And Velen had blue scales, or not, that we could see.
Velen was a water genasi, right? I'd have to
Okay.
go back, and I think Velen was a water genasi.
Yes.
And so he did have like fish scales to him. So when they're talking about scale, Graja saw it. They were very iridescent. They were like fish scales. What you saw was not that. At any point, has Graja come across a dragonborn?
Wish I knew more about D&D right now.
I would say
came
that
from the Serpent Hills. I don't know if that.
I would say that you guys all met in Neverwinter. You had spent at least a few days in the major city, and all kinds of creatures live there. So
True.
For sure you would have seen a dragonborn. And that is more like the scales. Not exactly, but that is more like the scales you saw than. I don't know that she would be making a connection to Velen at this point.
Cool, that's fine. I just wanted to sort of see if
different kind of
scales.
Fish scales versus like crocodile scales.
Got it. No problem.
I think Whimsy's the only one who's sort of drawn the line to Velen because of what his dad said.
Yeah, I think Whimsy had at least a question of like, what does that mean? Yeah.
The dotted line, but there's a line.
Yeah. And at this point, kind of Whimsy and Denny are there. Droop comes running up, jumps up, climbing up onto Graja's shoulders. And for a moment, the party is reunited. How do Whimsy and Denny feel about Sangane leaving?
Denny is very confused and doesn't understand why he's left. But realizes that bigger things are in play here, and finding him is maybe not important as other things that are going on, as sad as it might be. And he'll catch up, I'm sure. We can track him down later. I'm sure he's all right, just needs some time alone.
Yeah.
Probably be okay.
He's more concerned because he knows a little bit more about what's happening there, and he's not sure if he wants whatever that situation is running around unchecked when he's not sure what's going on.
Does Whimsy want to tell anybody in the party about their suspicions?
He's not one to spill others' secrets.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't like to lie, but he'll hold on to a few things.
Sure. Secrets are a currency in the Feywild. So, like, I get it.
And he was bad at playing the whole Game of Thrones thing, but he knows the game. He knows the rules. He's bad at it.
Right. Okay. What are you all going to do as you stand on a downward slope of this hill, watching Ferdinand, Barry Gibbs, John Travolta style saunter off into the tree line? Do the other wolves go with him, or is Ferdinand going by himself?
No, Whimsy wants them to sort of trade out, so he sort of he wants Ferdinand to like follow and check back, and he's going to keep sending them one at a time to check in on him. Just because again, he doesn't want him running wild with whatever's going on with that possible dozens of years old, older than his dad, may or may not be villain, face changing, undead. Yeah, Whimsy's got questions and doesn't want that running rampant out there.
Yeah. 9. you've just found out that your spell that you had unleashed to give these zombies some peace and some rest in their eternal state. Also kind of literally unmasked someone who you already had suspicions about. Do you share any of your concerns with the group?
Yeah, this is just further confirming his suspicions that there's something extremely wrong with, extremely like wrong happening to Sangani right now. And I guess Nine would, he'd be like, he'd just come out and pretty much say, he's like, I think Sangani's like been desecrated. Like, I don't know to what extent, but I've been trying to get information, even from the friend we left here recently. Said she had her suspicions when I told her about the Raven Queen. So with him, I'm not saying he's undead like totally or whatever, but he's riding that line. Something, I feel our friend might need more help than I can give.
As you start to put these pieces together, Nine, give me a religion check.
+4. That's an 18.
An 18, that's a very good roll. Something about what Graja says about kind of his face melting and Jart saying about, what they saw connects with you, that even like wizards or clerics or sorcerers or even paladins who play with immortality and the processes to preserve a long life, that does not desecrate the body in the way that you have been feeling about Sangane. Something happened to him after life that caused this. So it's not that he was cursed. That's a different vibe. It's not that he's got like bad juju stored up from, an ex. That's a different thing. A desecration at this level, like there is simple desecrations that mortals do, like creating zombies, creating other undead ghouls, that kind of thing. And at the higher power, that would be something like a lich, where a person chooses to desecrate themselves to gain immortality. This is something else. This is desecration and especially the fact that he can hide it, or maybe not that he's hiding it, but that it's being hidden, even from seemingly himself, means that there is something going on that is in the plane of the Eternals, that is in the plane of the deities themselves. It is more than what you have ever seen or heard or been trained of or read, that the simple mortals of the prime material plane can create.
I guess after making that realization, he would definitely relay that to his friends right here. Just saying this, this goes deeper than I think our friend. This might have, I might need to make a call to my to my deity. Yeah.
Well,
I feel bad that something is happening to him, but we have, I think, a lot of people that need our help, basically. So I think we're gonna have to let him sort it out right now and keep on doing what we need to do right now.
I agree
I
with
agree.
that. I agree with that to an extent, but the longer we let him run around like this, I feel like it's gonna be bad.
Well,
Like,
if you
yeah,
don't know what to do, I don't know how any of us would know.
we we got stuff to handle, but we need to at least look into a way to address this.
Like, for the meantime, I've got the wolves. They're gonna follow and watch him. One at a time, they're gonna just keep tabs on his whereabouts so that if we need to, we can go and round him up.
And if you're right, Nine, that this is God's levels and magic or whatever, I honestly don't think we're qualified to deal with it.
So
I'm definitely not.
I agree with you, but
Like I just died.
I feel like I made a promise I might not be able to uphold, and that's a little tough for me. So
And Graja looks pensive for a moment, and she said,
It's funny, I tried to run so far away from anything divine, anything to do with the gods, but it showed right back up on my doorstep. I think when my mom would have a really good laugh right about now.
I feel that, like, even if the gods are always around us, you can choose your own path no matter what. And that's what matters.
Okay, well, are we heading out or are we making camp before the Banshee?
I want to get a little further away from here. It's what, like 2:33 in the afternoon? We can
Yeah,
make some
thereabouts.
We
I
can-
forgot I was in the Zoom call. I've just been enjoying watching you guys so much. I forgot I was here to do something. Yes, absolutely. That's about what time it is.
We have to, as far as I remember, we have to kind of like cross the road up north to get to the Banshee, right?
Would it be useful for me to flip us to the map?
Yeah.
yeah, I would love that.
Let me just get us, we're about over here, Sarah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. So from where you guys are at the Old Owl Well, it's a little bit northwest to get to, there's a little tiny settlement like Phandalin looks like a city, a regional hub compared to how small Coneyberry is. And then Agatha's lair is somewhere in the Thunder Tree Woods, just continuing kind of northwest of that.
So how about we get to Coneyberry and we rest there and we try to talk to Agatha in the morning.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan to me.
agreed.
You all make your way as the afternoon starts. You make your way or continues. You make your way towards Coneyberry, arriving with I should say like the wolves trading off. About every hour, one will come back and report that his Sangane moves. He went north to the tree line, into the forest itself, and then immediately headed kind of west and south, following the edge of the tree line of the Thunder Tree Forest. He's making his way west a bit. You make your, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Whimsy's trying to figure out where he's going, and he's thinking he's probably heading back to Viessa. That's a safe station, maybe?
Over the course of the afternoon and evening, after you get even to Coneyberry itself, yeah, it seems like it's a very reasonable assumption that that is the way that he's going. You get into Coneyberry itself, and as you do, you kind of come on to the plain. You crest a ridge, and you can see Coneyberry. It's a wooden based fort with like the giant logs that are spiked at the top, almost kind of like Germanic in construction, very like 13th Warrior style. Such a good movie. Oh, I gotta go back and watch that again. And you've never seen it, Sarah?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Who's in that?
Antonio Banderas.
When did that come out?
Terrible.
And the
I love
game
it so
D-Rex.
much.
Late 90s.
What? It came out, I want to say it came out like right after Gladiator came out. Like
I
it
think
was that whole,
before that.
Listen,
Was it
would
before that?
be, that would probably be 15 years before I ever saw a R-rated movie. So that
99.
I don't know that it was
something to do.
R-rated because I watched it,
really?
and I was a good person who did not watch R-rated movies before
Then
I
I
was
don't
18
know.
because I'm
I
a
guess it
nerd.
just missed me for whatever reason.
We're Googling it. We are Googling.
1999.
It's 99. It's the
So
year
just
before.
just before Gladiator. Antonio Banderas. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay.
It's real bad.
Well.
It's really bad.
Get in
It's
the
bad.
chat.
It's terrible.
Bad, but good.
It's so good.
It's
I'll
so
have
bad.
to take it under
I'm
advisement.
remembering
kinda-
it from like 18-year-old Sarah's eyes, of which
Yeah,
it was
I was in
high
high school.
cinema.
I was in
Yeah,
high school.
that's
growing
right.
up.
Yeah, see,
It's
I was quite a bit. I was pretty young when that was coming out, and then I was not watching like regular secular adult movies until I was like
Sure.
17.
That's
So-
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's on Disney Plus.
Is it really?
I believe so.
Oh,
Well, I
Holy
have that, so I'm
smokes.
gonna try it.
After show watch party, Phandalin After Dark. Coneyberry itself, the giant logged gates are open. And as you get closer, it doesn't appear that there's guards, but you can see into the city or into the settlement itself, the fort itself. There is a variety of structures.
does it look that like there's people around?
Give me a perception. How close are you going to get before you do your perception check?
Is there light yet or not?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is it still?
It's
Okay.
still daytime. Yeah, absolutely.
So
You
I'm
guys are
gonna-
getting there just before it starts to get dusky.
Okay, 120 feet.
120 feet. All right.
And I am going to roll perception. I'm scared because I've had coin dice today, either really good or really bad.
Just on the other side of the main road of the Tribor Trail, you guys stand you guys stand on the other side of this major passage. This is the passage that goes that connects the ocean to the interior of this part of the world. And there are deep grooves and gouges where caravans come through, carts come through. You can see even recent steps coming through. What you don't see is any gouges or carts or footprints going into the city themselves. Jart, what did you roll?
I rolled a 2 for a total of a 6.
There's not a lot of traffic going into and out of the small settlement. There's none. There's no recent traffic going into and out of the small settlement.
Okay. And like, and there's no people around. Right.
There's no guards. It's not like there's towers that you can see, but you can imagine, much like at your monastery, there is on the inside of this logged wall, there is a walkway that people would stand on to be able to do scouting. There's no people, there's no guards at the entrance. Now that you guys are closer, you don't see people where the gates are open. You don't see people walking around in the town itself.
I don't like this. Something seems very hinky.
Do not like this.
Yeah, this looks very lonely.
Can I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
13.
You listen, and there's kind of like a rustling sound. You hear like a hawk in the distance. There is the sound of the wind, but there's a distinct lack of settlement noises for a fort this large. That is not obviously like ruined crumbles, you know?
Can I perception smell?
Absolutely.
Great. Okay. Let's go, dice. Damn, that's an 8. Shit.
You smell around, and again, what catches you is that there is no, like, your friends here, you guys have just been through a high adrenaline situation. Everybody could use a little bit of a shower, bath time, but you know, it's not there is a distinct lack of, like, there's no fried chicken behind those gates. There's no you know, fresh manure where there should be a stables reasonably close there. Nothing like that.
I guess I was doing it not to so much detect the smells of a normal city and normal activity, but more like smoke or decay.
Ah, I see. There is no clear smoke in terms of, like, you can't see it and you don't smell any of that. In terms of decay with an 8,
yeah,
it's
not good.
The wind isn't really coming in that direction.
Okay, fair enough.
Should we go in? Could we go further?
I think
How
so.
close to it are we?
You guys are about 100 feet away, just on the other side of this main thoroughfare street. Like Wyatt Earp style, you guys are like standing on the edge of this big opening with the town in front of you.
I say
there's no tumbleweeds, but like a tumbleweed could. That's just not a feature. It's not a geographic feature of this area.
Oh, that was a
I
good
say
movie,
we
too.
go in, we find a secure looking house, and we hold up in that, because either the banshee's going to come to us tonight and we need to be ready, or we're going to find her tomorrow morning. But either way, we're going to have to talk to a banshee. So I think we should probably be prepared either way. And I think we're safer sleeping inside of a house or something than out in the open.
There's an inn. We don't need to sleep in someone's house.
I just hope we don't get it. If I'm getting a lot of ambush vibes coming through here. But yeah, well, whatever y'all feel is.
I get
What
it.
very-
It looks weird.
What very little skin pokes through of Nine's armor, you can see like the hairs on his like under his bracers standing straight up. So do you make your way into Coneyberry?
Yeah, alert.
Yeah, I think Raj is
And-
stepping toward the front just for
Yeah,
pure
mine is
physical
too.
reasons.
Okay.
He
You
called
all
the 3 wolves who were there close to him.
Okay. You all begin to take your first tentative steps into the settlement of Coneyberry. And as you do, find yourself at the threshold of this gate, there is a moment of almost pressure pushing against your skin as you go to step in between the open doors of the gate. I would like everybody to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God.
Nice. 19.
7.
7,
I've been rolling so bad today.
Yeah, your
Five.
dice hit you today.
5,
18.
18.
It's my best roll today.
Okay, roll for the wolves for me, please.
Got an 11.
An 11. Give the wolves advantage, please.
All right, I'm just gonna check. I don't know what their wisdom is.
I'm sure it's fairly lowish.
Yeah, they are. Wisdom, yeah, it's no bonus. So, right. So first 2 are going to be for Kyle.
Okay.
Sorry, I've got to roll so many dice and my dice roll so slow. All right. Oh, Kyle almost had it. 16 for Kyle.
Okay.
As fast as I can. 18 for Beryl.
Okay.
And we'll say that Ferdinand is back and Gary is gone.
Absolutely.
Part of me regrets the names I gave the wolves, but also
I know.
No.
Ferdinand has no idea what's going on. He got beat.
Okay.
16,
Ferdinand was a little bit, while the wolves were kind of clustered around you, Ferdinand was a little bit behind in front of you. So he doesn't see as there's like this force that pushes back against you, Whimsy. Whimsy, Denny, and Beryl, and who did we say? Gary was the other one? Kyle. Feel this immense force that you can't seem to push through. Graja, Jart, Ferdinand, and 9 continue. There is this brief little moment, almost like when you walk into like a Costco on a super cold night and there's like the heater and you feel that pressure of the heat on your body. And then you walk in and there is a vibrant and bustling community spread out in front of you. Beautiful, bright colors, tapestry, silk, velvet. This is a gorgeous, luscious, flowering trees and vines and plants in front of you spread out. The smells are mouth-watering. People stop to look and they wave at you. There's like a little kid hiding behind his mom's skirt and he waves at you. Everybody seems very, very friendly and very happy as people are going about their business, carrying baskets of wash or trays of baked goods, people greeting each other on the street. This is a peaceful, happy place to your eyes and to your senses.
Graja like grabs onto Jart's arm and is like,
Do you see this? Do you see this town and the people?
My question to the DM, is this real?
how would we know?
Very real.
Giving me
Absolutely.
Xandria Unlimited
Far as
vibes
you
right
can
here.
tell.
Yeah, no, and like my passive perception and passive insight are high. So
Yeah, this is real. These people are
Okay.
experiencing real emotions. There is
Okay.
mouth-watering smells. There are one of the stands that's like just off the house in front of you, there is a whole bunch of baskets of spices. It looks like Marrakesh almost. It is beautiful and vibrant and colorful. You hear there's at least 2 taverns with bards playing music in them. This is a beautiful place.
I think these people are the smartest and richest people around.
Told you it was an ambush. It was just a good one.
And I'm gonna turn around and I don't see like Denny and Whimsy.
You turn around, the doors are closed behind you, and Whimsy, Denny, and 2 of the wolves are not with you.
Okay, I'm gonna touch the door to see if it's an illusion or if it's real.
Nope. You reach out, your hand touching on it. You actually even pull a little splinter from the logwood. It's the same log as you saw from the outside.
Nah. So we have lost half of our party, and I have no idea.
And that will go back to Denny, Whimsy, and 0.5 of the wolves. As you 2 both feel this pressure and you can't go past it, you can't push past it. There is an impish little voice as a small furry creature, cloven hooves, beautiful horns, stands there wearing a nice little corduroy green vest, covering kind of his bare skin, a furry patch covering like the lower half of his body. And he looks up at you and he goes, "So, what's your purpose for being here?" And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Ooh.
At the village of Coneyberry. Yeah, that's where we're going to end tonight. What a good place. My friends, let's go around and introduce ourselves. I don't totally want to cut Denny and Whimsy off. Was there something that you want to say, or are you good to wait for next week?
I'm good to wait.
Good to wait.
All right. The wolves, they're good to wait. I want to give everybody opportunity.
Ferdinand has some pressing things he wants to talk about, but he can hold on to it.
Okay. Let's go around and everybody can introduce themselves. I will say that we're missing Mike very much and hope that he returns to us as quickly as he can. Sean.
Hey guys, I'm Sean, play 9, the human paladin, who had to struggle with himself for a little while to pull himself away from the ball pit. But he'll be all right. You can catch me on here on Sundays. You can catch me Fridays in the Icewind Dale campaign. And I'm acting foolish on most social medias.
Love it. Amanda.
Amanda, I play Whimsy the Tiefling Warlock, who is very concerned for his one wolf who just disappeared into a supposedly empty village. But yeah, he's going to have some questions for this impish creature. And other than this, I am not in any other games that stream anyway. However, I do post a lot of dumb TikToks, because if I'm getting dressed up like this, I'm recording a bunch of stuff. So you can catch that. I'm balderdashing on pretty much all social media. Not that I really do anything on most of the others.
They're not dumb TikToks. Everybody should click the link right now and go follow Nikki.
Hey everybody, Nikki here. I've been playing Denny, the Tiefling Bard. You can find me on Instagram at I'm Poppy Fields. And that's about it. I have no life apart from this. I don't do much.
And Abigail, who we haven't seen. There's somewhat lack of Abigail licking the purple paint off your face tonight that I have been missing.
She's mad at me because I won't give her any Gucci boots.
Nasha.
Hey everyone, I'm Najra. I play Jart, she, they for both of us. I'm a professional cosmaker and fashion designer, so if you have any cosplay ideas, shoot me a message. And you can catch me here on Sundays and usually on Wednesdays on the Changeling game. So come join us.
Thank you. Critical Drinking, thank you for coming to Raid. We are wrapping up, but we're going to be sending this love over to Time Lord's wife. So stick with us. Sarah.
Hey, my name's Sarah. You can find me on Twitter as MC Diebeats. I'm a creative partner at Martlet Games. I'm also the manager of editing and quality assurance at Mondo Kane Publishing. You can find me here on Sundays in this game and on Vancouver by Night as well on Saturdays on the Vampire the Masquerade campaign. Delve into Darkness. Sean is so kindly repping the merch. I play Jude, the Prince of Vancouver. We're getting into a really interesting time in that chronicle with my character as the prince. It's been a blast. So please come check that out. Saturdays, that's at 6 p.m. Eastern. Other than that, I'm going to be in the storyteller seat to continue my Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle as a storyteller. It's called London's Bleeding, taking place in London 1919. I can tell you from our pre-recordings that things are really heating up, so look for that at probably mid-April, early May. We'll start releasing. We're working really hard on the production since this will be the final season. So yeah, look out for that, and just follow Martlet Games and my Twitter, and you will see what I'm doing. I have a couple guest spots coming up, and thank you so much, everybody, for joining us.
Fantastic. I've been your Dungeon Mistress, Sarah. You can catch me here being the Dungeon Mistress for the Phandalin by Night. Most excellent crew. I am so proud of this game and the work we're doing. I should announce, we are wrapping up season 1. We're going, I think we have 5 more episodes of season 1. So we're wrapping this up. So please come join us every week. You can also catch me Thursday nights hosting Community Cleric, where I talk to women in gaming, and it's great on my channel. And what next Sunday, very early morning, for those of you that are in Europe or on the Eastern time zone, I will be on the on Tavernot's channel playing Blades in the Dark and doing his pre-show we're doing a charity for Texas trans youth, which is obviously something that I'm super passionate about. So come and be a part of that over on Tavernot's channel. And we will see you back next week. We're going to go raid Time Lord's wife, who is doing some beautiful stuff. I want to say thank you to Blue Box RPG and to Critical Drinking for raiding us. We really appreciate you guys, and come back and see us next week. You can catch us on YouTube. That's the last thing I want to say. Please follow us on YouTube, because we're trying to hit that 1,000 mark so that we can continue to pay, not continue to, we already pay. We would like to provide more monetary compensation to our amazing cast and crew. You can also, there's a Threadless link. There's some other good ways to support our channel and the content we're doing. Thank you so much. And we're going to go raid Time Lord's wife.
Bye.
Bye.